The story begins with a church where a girl named Sarah came with her family. Here in the church, the father tells everyone that if a person truly believes in God, then he can even shake the mountain. Sarah was listening to the father very carefully because her family believes in God a lot. After leaving the church, Sarah goes to see her elder brother Danny's football match with her parents, where Danny's girlfriend Cindy was also there. Danny was playing very well here, but a player named Bronner cheats from the opposite team, because of which Danny gets a yellow card. And taking advantage of this opportunity, Bronner wins the match. After the match is over, they all go to Sarah's grandpa Sam's house, where Sarah, Danny, and his girlfriend Cindy go to fish in a nearby lake. Then Sarah sees a dead bird by the lake. Sarah asks Danny to pray to God to cure the bird, on which Danny explains to her that the dead animal cannot be revived by praying. But Sarah does not listen to him and prays for the bird, while Danny and Cindy go to catch the fish. When they both come back after fishing, they see that Sarah is sitting on her knees. Then Sarah tells them that I can see God on the water. Suddenly, a strong gust of wind blows and the bird comes to life. Cindy and Danny are shocked to see the bird flying. They don't believe that this happened because of Sarah. Instead, they think that the bird must have woken up because of the strong gust of wind. After returning from the lake, Sarah comes to Sam and tells him about the bird. She says that she saw God on the lake who brought the bird back to life. Sam loves Sarah a lot. That's why he tells her that he has complete faith in her words, as she is a special child. At night, Sarah returns home, where she steals Danny's phone and calls her best friend Mark. Mark can't walk because his legs are paralyzed because of an accident. So now he walks with the help of a wheelchair, where Sarah tells Mark about the miracle that happened near the lake. But Mark does not believe her. So Sarah swears by the Bible and makes him believe. She also tells him that she does not want anyone to know about it, because if people find out about it, they will think she is crazy. That's when Sarah's mother Bonnie comes there and tells Sarah to think about all the things that happened today before going to sleep. On which Sarah tells her mother that God will take her to heaven soon. Bonnie gets very upset after hearing this and tells Sarah not to say such things. After a few hours, Danny wakes up his parents and tells them that Sarah is very sick. So the parents quickly call their family Dr. Ben. Dr. Ben checks Sarah and tells her parents that Sarah just had a stomach flu, so there is no need to worry. She will be fine soon. Then Bonnie tells Ben that Sarah had talked to her about dying today. She also said that she had seen God on the bank of the lake, on which Ben explains to her that children often talk about imaginary things, so she should not worry. After Ben's departure, Sarah's father Alex comes to her room, where he sees a painting that Sarah had made. In this painting, he sees there is God standing on the lake. But the surprising thing was that Sarah had never made a painting before. So Alex was very surprised by this. After this, Alex takes the painting and shows it to Bonnie, who is shocked to see it. The next day, we see Sarah and Mark going home from school together, during which some boys surround them on the way and make fun of Sarah by asking her to revive her dead animal. Here, Sarah finds out that Mark has told those boys about her miracle. Actually, Mark was excited about Sarah's miracle. That's why he told everyone about it. Meanwhile, Danny and Cindy see Sarah and Mark getting bothered while passing by. That's why Danny attacks the boys who were bothering Sarah and drives them away. Then, Bronner comes there with his dog and makes Danny fight while making fun of him. At the same time, Bronner's friend drives the car at high speed and comes towards Bronner. Then Danny sees the car, so he quickly pushes Bronner and saves him. But Bronner's dog collides with the car and dies. Then Sarah comes to the dog and prays to God for him. Immediately after which, the dog comes back to life and starts playing with her. Seeing this miracle, everyone becomes shocked. No one could understand how a small girl can revive a dead animal. After this, Mark asks Sarah if she can pray for him and cure him too. To which Sarah says that she does not believe that her prayer will work. But still, Sarah prays to God for him and says that Mark is a very good boy, so he should be cured and help him to walk again. Nothing happens with Sarah's prayers, but the next morning, Mark's parents take him to the hospital, where they tell the doctor that Mark can move his legs. Seeing this, Dr. Ben was also shocked. Here, Ben tells Mark's mother that she should not hope for more than Mark's recovery, because the doctor believes that Mark can never stand on his feet. Then Mark stands on his feet and starts walking and becomes very happy. Also, Mark's parents start crying with joy when they see him walking. Then Mark tells that he has been cured by Sarah's prayer. Apart from this, he also tells about the bird that was alive on the lake and the dog of Bronner getting alive. During this time, a media reporter comes to the hospital for a checkup and hears all the talks of Mark, with which she decides to talk about Sarah on the news. After some time, when the news comes, Ben and the church's father comes to Sarah's house and tells her about Mark. Hearing this, Sarah dances with joy and thanks God for listening to her prayer. Then the father asks her about the incident that took place on the lake, on which Sarah tells him everything. But Ben doesn't believe her words. After which Ben asks Sarah's parents to bring Sarah to the hospital for a test. However, the church's father believed that Sarah had something special because the doctor didn't have a logical explanation for Mark's recovery. After this, we see Alex in Sarah's room where Sarah was making a painting. In this painting, she made a girl riding a horse. When Alex asks her about the painting, Sarah tells him that she saw that girl in her dreams, and she thinks that girl wants to be friends with her. Then we see this girl with the painting whose name is Teresa. Teresa has cancer, and she likes horses a lot. Then Teresa's uncle comes there who makes Teresa happy, and she tells him that she is afraid of dying. Actually, Teresa's cancer had worsened, so she didn't have much time. Meanwhile, Teresa's mother watches the news about Sarah and decides that she will get her daughter cured with the help of Sarah. The next day, Teresa is taken to Sarah's house where many parents were already standing to get their disabled children cured. Here, Sarah's parents are surprised to see them, and they decide to keep their daughter away from them. Then Sarah asks her parents what would they have done if she was sick, to which the parents say that they are afraid that if she go out and cure people, then she will never be able to live your childhood, because then people will come home to ask for Sarah's help. Here, Sarah does not listen to her parents and goes out. She sees Teresa and immediately comes to her and tells her about her dream. She also tells her that she knows that Teresa likes horses. Hearing this, Teresa's mother is surprised. Then Sarah starts praying for her. Immediately after this, Teresa feels as if her cancer has been cured. Similarly, she starts curing others also. Suddenly, Sarah feels weakness and becomes unconscious. So the parents take her to Ben's clinic, where Ben asks her to do a blood test and wait for the report to come. Here, Bonnie tells Ben that she has been sick ever since she prayed for sick children. Meanwhile, many media people come out of the hospital where no one could believe that a little girl is curing sick people. Here, Ben and Sarah's parents get worried seeing the people of the media outside the hospital, because only Sarah's news was being shown on every news channel. So to avoid the media, Ben tells Sarah's parents to stay at Sam's house for a few days. That's why he sneaks out of the back door and takes Sarah to Sam's house. There, Bonnie tells Sam that when Sarah cured people in front of her, she was also stunned for a moment. Apart from this, she tells that since Sarah has said that she has seen God, she has been getting sick every day. Meanwhile, Bonnie gets a call from Dr. Ben. After talking to him, Bonnie starts crying. After this, Sam goes to the same lake where Sarah had seen God. Here, Sam pleads to God to cure his granddaughter and asks God in tears that if the God has made Sarah so special, then why do the God want to snatch her from them? Here we come to know that Sarah has some disease due to which she is going to die. The next day, Ben and father come to Sam's house to talk about Sarah. That's why Bonnie asks Sarah to go out with Danny, because she doesn't want Sarah to hear about her illness. After this, Ben tells Sarah that she has a brain tumor. He also says as she got the tumor, she is hallucinating about God. On which Bonnie says that if this is her hallucination, then how did she cure the sick children? On this, Ben is unable to say anything because he still did not believe in Sarah's miracle. Meanwhile, Sarah deceives Danny and comes inside the house and listens to Ben. Here, Ben tells that Sarah is going to die soon because there is no cure for her disease. Hearing this, Bonnie breaks down badly and starts crying. Seeing this, Sarah comes to her mother and stops her from crying. Along with that, she tells her mother to calm down as she will be in heaven after death and will live with God. So she should not cry. But her mother is still not quiet. So Sarah tells her mother if she can go back to the lake because she wanted to ask God if he would let her live here for a few years. But Bonnie does not listen to her. Then Sarah forces her to go to the lake, which makes her dizzy and she falls unconscious. So Alex and Bonnie quickly take her to the hospital. After some time, Sarah comes to her senses and she tells Sam that she wants to go to the lake for the last time. After this, we see Sarah admitted in the hospital. Danny and Cindy had come. Both are very sad to see Sarah in this condition and start crying. Then Alex and Bonnie also come there and start talking to Sarah. In the meantime, Sam calls Danny to his house by messaging him. When Danny and Cindy go there, they see that all the children are at Sam's house whom Sarah had cured. Here, Teresa tells that when Sarah cured her, she saw a floating shadow behind Sarah which was reaching out to those children for whom Sarah had prayed. Also, Teresa says that Sarah helped them, so now they should help her too. After this, Sam says that he and the church's father have made a plan to take Sarah to the lake together. Because Sarah wanted to do this. Sarah believed that there are some magical powers in the lake that only Sarah knows about. And maybe they make a plan with these powers. On the same night, Teresa's mother is on night duty in the hospital, who helps Danny to get Sarah out of the room and lays her daughter on the bed in her place so that no one doubts her. On the other hand, Cindy becomes unconscious and distracts the staff of the hospital, by which Danny easily takes Sarah out of the hospital. After this, Danny and Teresa's mother take Sarah in the car and go towards the lake. Then Mark and Cindy also come there and follow their car. In the meantime, Sam and the church's father leave their car towards the lake. Meanwhile, the media people see Sarah in the car and start following her. Here in the hospital, Alex and Bonnie are shocked to see Teresa instead of their daughter, and she tells them that Sam has taken her to the lake, so they both leave for the lake. Here, seeing Danny's car going at a speed, the police start following him. Then Sam comes there and comes in front of the police and starts fooling them, which saves Danny from the police and starts going to the lake through the forest. But due to heavy rains and storms, a tree falls in his way. At the same time, Bronner comes there, who tells Danny if he can help and tells him that he knows the shortcut to reach the lake. After that, both Bronner and Danny pick up Sarah from time to time and take her to the lake. Then a wolf stops them on the way. Then Bronner's dog stops the wolves so that their way becomes clean and they take Sarah to the lake. Here, Danny starts praying to God on behalf of his sister, during which Sarah's parents, media, and other people also come. Bonnie cries and shouts at Sam for taking Sarah to the lake in such harsh conditions. After a while, he sees that Sarah has died, which makes everyone sad. Then suddenly a bright light comes out of the lake, from which God comes out and takes Sarah's soul with him. Seeing this, all the people present there are surprised, and they feel that Sarah has now gone to heaven. After this, everyone brings Sarah's body home and lays it on the bed, where Danny gets some paintings made by Sarah. In this painting, she had shown herself going with God. Sarah's parents see this painting and understand that Sarah had already known that God was coming to take her. Meanwhile, Danny sees another painting which shows Sarah coming back from heaven. Everyone is surprised to see this. Why did she make such a painting? Then Danny starts praying to God immediately, after which Sarah's eyes open and she comes back to life. Everyone is very happy to see her alive. Then Sarah tells that I have told God that I am not ready to live in heaven yet, so he has sent me back to take care of his family. Here, when Dr. Ben sees the miracle of God in front of his eyes, he also starts believing in God. After this, Sarah goes out, where the people standing there are shocked to see her alive. Accepting her as the child of God, they kneel down, on which Sarah tells everyone to get up and says that I did not do any miracle, but God did all this. She also says that whoever prays with true faith in God, God definitely helps him or her and loves everyone. Apart from this, she also tells everyone to help and live happily with their family, children, and each other. In the last scene of the movie, we see that all the people of the town have come to the church and are listening to the Father carefully. And with this, the movie ends here. Friends, if you like this video, do subscribe and push the like button. Thank you for watching.